Hey, it's Mark Squash from MTC Media here. As you can see, there's still people filing out. Maryland falls to Michigan State 58-55 on a Trey Holloman 3 at the buzzer from beyond half court. What a game. The game was at times very, very choppy. It wasn't always well played. People going to talk about his great defense. There was a lot of bad offense here, but we'll get to that. Michigan State pulls out a 3-point win. They will stay in first place in the Big Ten. The Terps was led by Rodney Rice. He had 20. Gillespie had 15. Queen only had 10 tonight. And the only person in double digits for Michigan State tonight was Jason Richardson, of all people, the freshman. He had 15 points and 8 rebounds. And I guess when you look back to this game, if you take the last shot out of it, and we'll get to that last play and how that played out, it was what Michigan State did with Derek Queen. Queen was 2 for 11. He had 10 points, 10 rebounds, but the 2 for 11 just was in such a dominant fashion. Early on, Willard did a great job isolating Queen in space. Queen would get to the front of the rim, just couldn't finish. He could not finish over contest. The length, the physicality, he had a hard time with that. And then in the second half, for large stretches, he didn't touch the ball. I mean, Michigan State prevented him from touching the ball. And we hadn't really seen that all season long. There has not been a team that's been able to erase him in that sort of way. Then, the three-point shooting tonight for Maryland, they were 4 for 20 from the three-point line. They just couldn't make shots. The ones that they made, give Kevin Willard all the credit in the world. The plays and the open shots that he grew up out of ATOs tonight was a clinic. You want to be a coach, you want to see how to draw ATOs out of a timeout. I'm going to tell you right now, Kevin Willard was terrific at that all night. But for the most part, Sparty's defense, they hold Maryland to 31% shooting, 20% from 3. They forced 11 turnovers today, and they bludgeoned Maryland on the boards. Let's see, 45-33, including 13 offensive rebounds that led to 10 second chance points. And in a game where it's 58-55, you give up 10 second chance points, it's absolutely positively huge. It just cannot be said enough. Going to how this game ended, give Maryland all the credit in the world. They get Gillespie to the front of the rim. Out of an ATO, he makes 2 free throws. They get a steal on a terrible pass. Gillespie gets fouled. He makes 2 free throws, and now we're tied at 55. Just like that, Maryland's tied at 55. Michigan State comes down. Maryland has one of their best defensive possessions the entire game. Force a miss, and they have Sparty in transition defense with the game on the line. Gillespie gets a beautiful look from 3. He just missed it. Shots that he's made all year, he just missed it. Give Michigan State a boatload of credit. They get the rebound. Instead of getting the rebound, holding it, getting the rebound, hesitating, getting the rebound, oh my gosh, can I find someone? Gets the rebound, gets it out quick, and then Holloman has a chance, an open look, several feet behind the three-point line. I mean, that sucker was on the line from the time that he released it. It was either going to be in, long, or short. And he makes it. And I did listen to a little bit of Izzo's interview with Andy Katz, and he said it several times. Yeah, they might have gotten lucky on the last shot, but they deserve to win because this is a tough place to come in and win. And Maryland had a crowd and all this stuff all night behind them. But they never could get this game to look like a Maryland game. Even when Maryland would come back, even when they briefly had the lead, throughout, from jump, this was a sporty game. This was going to be an ugly grasp, throwing punches in the clutch, on the break, It was going to be ugly, and they made it into a sporty road game. And because of that, even though Maryland, I give them all the credit in the world for having an opportunity in the end, their lack of the ability to turn this into a game that resembles who they are just says, it just gives you to the brilliant job that Tom Izzo has done this season. To bring this guy in, this team in, with 2 freshmen starting, and just to turn this thing into an alley fight. Brilliant coaching, you got to give them a lot of credit. So, again here, Michigan State 58, Maryland 55, Marcus Washington, MTC Media.